MAC addresses, which means only so that you can tell your Ethernet card, listen to this kind of multicast traffic, and only then you take the packets. And these depend on your IPv6 multicast addresses you're listening to. There's a multicast address for routers, and there are multicast addresses for hosts. So what we can do, we spoof the query message with a multicast all router MAC address, and that's it. That would look like that. We spoof the general query message at the 80, so the former master gets silent. We are the master. We spoof the done message, and then we periodically send the general query message with the MAC all routers, so that the router sees, okay, he is still sending, but this one is never getting the packet because the MAC address is not matching what this system is looking for. Yeah, and that made me very happy. And yeah, even better. There's even one better thing I can do with that, but that came afterwards. And I would need another slide in kids in 1999 or 1998. I already found the same bug. In IPv4, of course, but now it's IPv6, so you do the same stuff 10 years later. Yeah? Anybody sniffing. I found a vulnerability where I can detect on a local network which systems are sniffing the network. And it works against Windows, Linux, and BSD. And it does basically the same mechanism, which is fine. You send ping to the target, so any target here, with an unused multicast MAC address. If the system has this network card in promiscuous mode, your system will answer to the ping. If it's not in promiscuous mode, it won't see the packet and won't answer to the ping. It's that easy. And to my surprise, Microsoft will fix that. And I have no clue why they're fixing that, but not the other bug. It makes no sense to me. Yeah. Side channels, I did a quick, very quick look into side channels. So if there are any side channels, I could use an IPv6 to transfer data through undetectedly. And I had firewalls in between, like I had the Cisco ASA and NetScreen, and seeing if I can get any data through. And you can do anything you want. Yeah. The problem is with the IPv6 firewall, because of the complexity of the extension headers, they let everything pass. They don't flag as evil. If there's something flagged as evil, this can't pass. But everything else is allowed through. So in IPv6, they changed the trust model from deny everything I don't know to allow everything I don't know. And this is, of course, a big problem. And I discussed with them and said, yeah, for compatibility reasons, we can't do it any other way, or we don't want to do it any other way, which is senseless, but that's how they're doing it all. So to tunnel something out of IPv6 is so easy. Just do extension header, you set some unused option field, and just put all your data in there and tunnel it through the firewalls. Yeah, really easy. Yeah, these are the news slides for those who were at the Congress. Help, because that was one of the questions afterwards I got. So, okay, if it's all so bad, what can we do about it? And yes, the IETF and RFC community is not just looking at that stuff, they're trying to fix stuff, and they come up with help. The first one is send, which is for secure neighbor discovery. Yeah, and this is how secure it is. So what it's doing, yeah, you get a certificate on every machine, and with the certificate you sign every neighbor discovery and neighbor advertisement stuff and router advertisement, router solicitation. So you sign all that stuff, and then things work out well because everything is signed. Yeah, you can denial of service that protocol because crypto is always CPU expensive, which is a bad thing. Another big issue with send is that it doesn't, let's say there are things they're not protecting against, even in neighbor discovery protocol, because they're missing some stuff. I'm not releasing it, because I wait until they implement that crap, until I'm releasing that stuff. So there's more stuff you can play against send. Yeah? And it's only, if implemented, would only cover secure neighbor discovery, so router advertisement and neighbor solicitation, nothing else, only that. And even then, all the systems are supported. It cannot be that only some systems support. Only if 100% of the systems support it, then you can use it. And now think about printers. When will the printers have send in their implementation? Good luck. And the administrative overhead of deploying certificates to all the systems is also very easy. That's why we all use IPsec today, right? I mean, it's the same problem. Yeah, then there's the router advertisement guard. This is the guard. That's an idea by Cisco, where they say, yeah, we want to sell more switches. And because we want to sell more switches, we put a security feature on the switch where they check on every port if there's a router advertisement being sent. If there's a router advertisement being sent on a port which is not labeled as this is a router port, we remove that. We don't allow that. This is their security feature, and I have already 3 attacks against that to bypass their router advertisement guard.
I have a question.
Yes?
Is the picture made from your own? Or is it public source?
It's public source.
Yeah.
That guy might actually be a little bit ill, but I'm not a doctor. Maybe he wrote the RC for router advertisement guard. So, and actually there's a very new RFC out just from this February. It's a problem statement. We say, okay, now we see we have a problem with our advertisement. What can we do? And we propose 2 things. The first is the router advertisement guard, and the second is the send solutions. So, but both solutions are crappy. So both are not helping. Yeah. So don't be scared if you're a hacker, because then you have lots of fun with IPv6. And still, this is just, again, just a very basic presentation, because at the moment you don't have to go deep into the protocol. If you start fuzzing, things will blow up. IPv6 is very, very complex. This is, of course, bad for vendors implementing IPv6. It's also difficult for hackers because we have to understand that. And complexity is always difficult. It's an intellectual challenge. That's why I like IPv6. In the beginning, I thought, oh, it's so easy. Yeah? But the more you look in it with the multicast, with extension headers, and all these things which come together, it gets so complex and it blows really your brain out to try to escape. So if you're tired of finding the 1,000 cross-site scripting vulnerability in some PHP guestbook application nobody really cares shit about, yeah? Join me in researching IPv6. It's really low-hanging fruit. So, and here you can really play around. It's really stuff very few people have ever done. For example, little story, when I did my internet IPv6 scanning, so I was scanning 3, 4, 5 times the whole IPv6 internet. The first 2 times, nobody was really caring about that. Only the last one, which I did in November, I saw on the mailing list where one administrator was saying, hey, I had some scans here on my network on IPv6, has anybody seen it as well? And one other was writing, yeah, I saw the same. Yeah, right. Hello. And I was really, I mean, I scanned 6 TCP ports for every system. I did UDP stuff and for all the systems. So the first guy was saying, hey, in just 1 minute I got 50,000 packets hitting my network. Yeah, but still, they don't care on IPv6. So, yeah, cocaine, so much cocaine. I rephrased them, it's like IPv6, so much wolves. So, join in doing security research on IPv6 because A, it's really easy. B, we all will have it. There's no way around that. This summer, Germany is deploying IPv6 because they have to. There's the Deutsche Telekom is the major DSL vendor. They don't have IPv4 addresses left anymore. So they still have some, but they have to do this some of the pilot. And for the business customer, it's end of the year. So there's no way around that. So the earlier you start, you'll be in front of everybody else. So, in the slides are now four pages on how you can configure IPv6. We have IPv6 access to your home. I'll leave that just in slides. Skip over here so you can look it up if you want to do that to save some time. Yeah, THCP IPv6. That's the package you can download, which has lots of attack tools. But at the moment, I'm not releasing the full package, simply because there's really evil stuff in there, and I don't want kids to wreak havoc on networks. It's really that easy. Unbelievable how you can DOS a firewall at the moment, really. But I make it available to everybody who submits code. So if you join me, you get all the nice tools and stuff. Like DNS spoofer, DHCP, client and server spoofer, denial of service tools, flooding tools, and so on and so on and so on. All stuff which is not available in the public package. And only in the private version you can really do the effective alive scanning. So I hope this encourages people to submit new tools and stuff. And on the IPv6 project page, you see an example of all the tools where I need help with because it's just too much. I can't do it all by myself. So send patches and new tools. I wanted to do an update of the package for Hackito, but I had no time, sadly. I will do maybe at the end of the year a public release. So once IPv6 is rolled out or started being rolled out, then I will do it all public. But until then, if you want to have the current state of the source, help. Yeah, this is the URL to download the package. Originally January 2011 was standing here. I want to put up a wiki where you can find all the information on how securely configure Cisco ASA, your Linux machine, and so on, but I had no time. So again, anyone who knows how to set up and securely configure clone and stuff with the wiki and the forum and so on, contact me.
Is the RC community actually participating
Yeah, but the main problem is that IPv6 is really has a broken trust model for local networks, and that's the basic problem. It's nothing you can really fix. We would need a new protocol. Yeah, IPv7. So, contact information. If you use this email address, put anti-spam in the subject line, otherwise it's not reaching me. Then some THC news. There's a Hackito THC release. I could manage to get that one at least ready for today. Hydra version 6.2 is available since today, especially for Hackito. Password brute forcing mode is now available. First time. You can say just letters, upcase, lowercase letters from lengths 1 to 4. Try again that to count. You can do this now. We have new models for XMPP and Elite RC stuff, and so on and so on. So available from today. Have fun. And we have a T-shirt contest. Yeah, so you have 4 weeks left to submit a cool T-shirt design, and you will not only get fame and beer, but also T-shirt from us. Yeah. Okay, so that's basically it. Have fun exploring. Any questions? I'm here only until tonight. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. So.